Alright, what's up y'all? So we're back with another video where I take my non-vegan friend out to a vegan place to try some of the food and talk a little bit about veganism. So we're at a restaurant called Beatnik. It's here in New York. I'm joined by Diana. Diana, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and how we know each other?
Yeah. Hi guys. My name's Diana. Born and raised New Yorker. That's where I live right now. We met at a friend's wedding and we just kind of really hit it off and just hung out during the entire wedding, and then afterwards we all went on a tour of Jordan, which was incredible, and just had a great time there.
Yeah,
So,
she took some of the footage actually of that video I posted, the Jordan video. Yeah, so the food's already here. We'll show you the food and we'll get to the discussion. So. Okay, cool. So, Diana, you had a question for me?
I have a lot of questions for you. Okay. I'm a Virgo. I don't know if that was good to tell the internet, but I'm a Virgo, so I feel like very health oriented. So a lot of these are going to be health oriented questions regarding veganism.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Do you have to be very intentional about what you eat in order to get all the nutrients that you want?
Yeah, so honestly, I don't feel like I really need to be intentional at all.
Okay.
Not to say that I never had to be intentional, but I think that as long as you eat beans and legumes and and you're trying to stick to vegetables and fruits and just trying to get a variety of different whole plant foods, I never am really concerned about my nutrition because I know I'm getting all of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if you don't like beans?
So there's a bunch of different forms you can have legumes. There's you can have them in chickpea pasta or hummus or what's called refried beans.
Okay.
There's basically a bunch of different ways you can consume legumes. So does it sound hard?
No, it's fine. I think it'll move. I previewed some of these questions with him, but I didn't preview this one.
Yeah. Okay. Pretty.
Which is,
Yeah.
when you transition from being a non-vegan to being a vegan, what do you see any bodily changes?
Did you watch my last video about the gas?
No, it didn't.
Okay, because yeah, I had more gas, but I've already talked about that.
Okay.
In the previous ones. Yeah, I had more gas, but I don't know. Honestly, I feel like and to be clear, when I started eating a vegan diet, it was mostly a whole food plant-based diet.
Okay.
So that means I wasn't eating a lot of junk food, like Beyond Burgers, and I wasn't eating a lot of the meat substitutes or the vegan cheeses and stuff. So I was really sticking to the whole grains, legumes, veggies, fruits, all that stuff. And yeah, honestly, I felt like I had a lot more energy. Honestly,
Okay.
I felt like I didn't really need to drink coffee that much.
Okay.
Now I do drink coffee anyways. I do like it, and I just enjoy the experience. But yeah, I don't know. I generally just felt like I had a lot more energy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's good.
and the gas.
The gas.
Yeah,
At what point did you get over that? The gas.
2 or 3 weeks. Honestly, they were painful 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, but
Why is that the case?
because your fiber intake goes up a ton.
And then your body just gets used to it afterwards?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like one of the big conceptions about being omnivore is you can get a lot of protein, and then with beef you get iron,
Yep.
things like that, and there are certain, I don't know, nutrients that people think you can get from meat
Yeah.
versus if you ate more whole plant diet. Can you talk about some of those conceptions or misconceptions and why they're misconceptions?
Yeah, I feel like when people have a meat-based diet,
Yeah.
most of the important nutrients they get from that are iron, B12, and a lot of people think protein. Basically, all plant foods have protein, so I feel like as long as you eat a mix of plant foods anyways, you're gonna get enough protein. There are different things to watch out for when you're vegan. I would say some people struggle to get iron, but as long as you're eating, again, legumes and whole grains, those have so much iron. And a lot of the times when people stop consuming meat, they don't necessarily replace it with legumes, or with whole grains, or with anything that has iron in it.
Yes.
Yeah, because the only nutrient that we can't get from plant products, effectively anyways, is B12. So that's why a
Yes.
lot of vegans should supplement B12. And now
Okay.
there's B12 and the different plant milks, nutritional yeast. You brought it up earlier.
Yes.
And there are other forms of getting B12 too. There's fortified foods with B12, but the best way to be safe is to just consume B12 directly,
Okay.
as a supplement.
Why is B12 so important?
It has to do with your nervous system. It's really extremely important.
I only asked that question because I'm curious, because I know B12 is really important, but I actually don't know the exact reason. But I think B12 is kind of really important for your brain.
Yeah.
So that's good to know. I didn't realize
Yeah.
that you can get it. So other than like a B12 supplement, do you take any other supplements?
Yes. The reality is I take B12 every day,
Okay.
and then I should be taking vitamin D. I don't take it that often.
So B12 and vitamin D.
Yeah, and I sometimes supplement with algae-based omega-3.
I was gonna say, because omega-3 itself is not vegan.
Well, so omega-3 comes from, so omega-3, at least the plant sources of omega-3
Yeah.
are flax seeds, chia seeds, walnuts, and hemp seeds. Those are going to be your best sources of omega-3.
Okay.
And then to get into a little bit of the specifics, it's not that big of a deal, but those are a specific type of omega-3. And then what you find in fish is another type of omega-3.
Okay.
And our bodies can convert the plant forms into the sea forms, the aquatic forms.
Yeah.
The thing is, those fish get it from algae. So the whole point of the algae supplement, the algae omega-3 supplement, is just in case you can take that supplement so you get what you would have normally gotten from eating fish. Because sometimes the conversion depends on the person. So if you want to be safe and you're getting that type of omega-3, like the sea omega-3, you're going to do the algae supplement.
So it sounds
That's what
like
I do.
It sounds like all omega-3 originates from plant-based, but most people actually associate it with fish. But actually, the fish are getting it from plants.
Exactly.
As a vegan, you can just get it from the OG.
Exactly.
which is the plants.
Exactly.
It's kind of cool.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. So omega-3, B12, and vitamin D.
I just make sure to tell any new vegan to make sure that they're getting enough iron. They know
Okay.
where they're getting their iron from. And again, that's whole grains and legumes. And then iodine as well. You want them to have like iodized salts probably.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
But
I feel like broccoli.
broccoli does not have iodine, as far as I know.
Are there any like veggies that have iron?
Yeah, tons, like dark leafy greens have tons of iron. So kale,
Kale?
spinach,
Yeah.
arugula, all of those have a ton of iron. I think in broccoli has iron too. Beets have iron. So there's a lot of sources of iron.
What is like relative to like a beef,
Yeah.
like a steak?
Yeah.
How much iron does like a kale have, or like a spinach have, relative to like a beef?
Yeah. So actually, I don't know that like offhand.
Okay.
But as long as you're eating, you know,
We'll add it in the description.
yeah. Well, as long as you're eating plenty of like kale and dark leafy greens, and then getting iron from a bunch of different sources,
Okay.
you're gonna have enough iron.
Got it.
Yeah. And actually, the iron from animals is called heme iron, and our body doesn't do as good of a job regulating that as it does
Okay.
plant iron.
Okay.
So,
What's
yeah.
the difference, and why does it need to regulate it?
I think because I believe like too much heme iron causes cancer.
Okay, cool. Noted.
Yeah, exactly.
Other than making sure that you're able to get enough of all the nutrients and macros and blah blah blahs, are there any other health considerations new vegans need to watch out for?
Yeah, actually getting enough calories. I would say getting enough calories. I feel like a lot of
Yeah.
people because a lot of times when you eat vegan food, specifically whole plant-based food, so
Yeah.
whole grains, legumes, the same amount of volume that you were eating before is going to be a lot fewer calories.
Right.
So you might need to eat even more than you were before, which is a plus in my book.
Yeah.
But so you eat more. So sometimes people will feel tired or lethargic when they switch to a vegan diet, and some of
Okay.
the times it's because they're just not eating enough calories.
Okay.
Cheese and meat are really calorically dense, for
Okay.
example. So
For that issue of like potentially not getting enough calories,
Right.
what did you do in your experience? Like, were there certain things you snacked on just to make sure that you were getting enough
Yeah.
calories, other than like just eating? Because like at some point you kind of get
yeah,
tired of eating.
yeah, no, totally. So I actually tracked on this app called Chronometer, which
Okay.
is like it's like MyFitnessPal basically.
Yeah.
But it includes the micronutrients. I think it's like a way better app, and it even tells you like if you're getting enough iron, you're getting enough B12, you're getting enough calcium, all these different
Yeah.
micronutrients. So it's really useful
Yeah.
for tracking. And I just made sure through that I was getting enough calories. And easy ways to get calories in a vegan diet is like peanut butter, tahini, nuts, avocados, like any of these really fatty foods
Yeah.
are really good for getting a lot of calories if you need them.
What is this?
Cauliflower bites.
Okay. Fried cauliflower bites?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm gonna like this. Mmm. Really good. It's like fried buffalo cauliflower bites, and I think it's supposed to like resemble buffalo wings. I love a cauliflower. They're great. It's like the other thing I appreciate about cauliflower bites is they're kind of creamy in a way that like a buffalo chicken nut isn't necessarily. So Really good. Flavor's really good. It's fried, so can't go wrong.
Yep. Meal.
I feel like I'm never surprised by how good vegan food is.
Yeah. Did I make you say that again?
You did make me say that again. But I did say it off camera willingly.
Here we go. All right, so this is mac and cheese. I'm a lover of mac and cheese. Let's see how good this is.
Part of content is you just pull food off the frame. Okay.
Let's get that good. Yeah.
Dig in.
Get that shot in.
Ooh, sorry.
It's okay. How is it actually?
That's really good.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Is it cheesy? Is it like, what is it? What kind of sensations are you getting?
It's not that cheesy, I'll say. Which, like, I've made vegan cheesy things before, and like I feel like the cheesy aspect of it is like very difficult to replicate, which is fine, but it's really flavorful. Like, I don't know what's on top, but whatever is on top, they did like a really good job of like adding flavor to the actual bowl. It kind of tastes Asian to me,
Nice.
which I love.
Nice.
I don't know how else to describe it other than it's really effing good. You should try it.
Okay, yeah. Whoa, look at that smoke. Oh, look at that cheese. Maybe you didn't get the, oh, look at that.
Maybe I didn't get the cheese.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, okay. Oh, are you getting that cheesiness? All right. I think it's sweet potato, actually. Something like they did. But anyways, so I love macaroni and cheese. I love macaroni and cheese. This is the thing that I was afraid of giving up when I went vegan. And here I am. Let's see how it is. That's really good. Wow.
Right?
They've got like bacon bits on it too, like bacon bits.
Yeah, I don't know.
These are really
I will
good.
say it doesn't taste like bacon, but it tastes
Yeah.
really good.
So I agree. It's like not necessarily cheesy, like it doesn't have that cheesy flavor, but it's creamy and cheesy. You know what I'm saying? It's got the
Yes,
creaminess
yes,
of cheese,
It's still creamy, 100%.
Mm.
Right. But it's not cheesy.
but it's still really good.
And the
Wow.
quote-unquote bacon bits, I think, really add strong flavor.
Yes, 100%. Mmm. You guys gotta get this if you come. Wow.
Really, really good.
Alright, we changed spots. We're getting a little bit too much sun.
Too much vitamin D.
Too much vitamin D. Yeah, I didn't need that supplement anymore.
Vegan alternatives.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of vegan alternatives these days. Beyond Burger to supplement meats, nutritional yeast used to like create cheesiness
Yeah.
instead of using real cheese. Tofu and tempeh, they're egg substitutes. One of the things that I think about when I look at this stuff is like, oh, it feels really processed.
Yeah.
And like one of the things I think about is like, is actually eating this kind of like very processed food better than if I just like had a chicken.
Right.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, no, so I think that's really reasonable, and I think a lot of people, when we talk about processed food, people get kind of confused. They don't really know what counts as processed food, if all processed food is bad for you, etc. And I thought the same thing for vegan. I think for me, my favorite quote is by Dr. Michael Greger. If you guys watch my videos, you know I love him. And basically, what he considers a processed food is nothing good taken out, nothing bad added in to a food.
Okay.
So
That's good math.
right, and yeah, and so because tofu is technically processed, but he wouldn't
Yes.
consider that a processed food because tofu still keeps intact most of all of its good stuff,
Okay.
the fiber, the antioxidants, the protein, and not a lot of stuff is taken out. I mean, some of the fiber, I guess, from the soybean gets taken, but a lot of it is still intact. And I'm pretty sure that by Dr. Michael Greger's definition, I think nutritional yeast is also a whole food, so it would be health promoting.
Say more. What do you mean by that? Like, I've never I've seen nutritional yeast and I'm like,
Yeah.
what is this?
Which
What is
I honestly I feel like it's savory protein powder. Straight up. It's like 50% protein. It's got
Okay.
B12 in it. Yeah,
But is it synthetic?
I don't think so.
Alright.
I don't know, I'll post it right here.
I'm asking some hard-hitting
Yeah.
questions right now. What about like the Beyond Meat stuff and like,
Yeah.
the Impossible burgers and
Yeah,
some of these like veggie burgers that
Yeah.
we're seeing in some of these like fast food chains? Like Shake Shack has one.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like bigger chains are coming out.
Yeah, and so those aren't going to be that healthy. They're not going to be that health promoting. Those aren't really meant to be health promoting. Those are meant to be just like delicious meat replicating alternatives. What I will say about them though is, and again, like those wouldn't necessarily follow the rules because what whole food is that? They're not a whole food. They're just a mix of a bunch of different plants, but different parts of plants, lots of oils as well, I believe. And so yeah, it's very far from a whole food.
Okay.
It's very far from a whole plant-based food, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, and you were hinting at this earlier, a really cool study that came out, and it was funded by Beyond Meat, but it was like a they did a head-to-head test where they gave people Beyond Meat and then they gave people another type of meat, like regular, I think it was like lean meat or whatever.
Okay.
And then they swapped them, and then they ran tests and they saw how people were doing with different markers of health.
Yeah.
And they found that when people were eating the Beyond Meat, actually better said, when people were eating the not Beyond Meat, so the real meat, the animal meat, they found that I think it was heart disease markers, is either heart disease markers or cancer markers were higher, versus when they ate Beyond Meat, those markers were not higher.
Okay.
And I believe that the final result or the final conclusion of that study is that no negative health impact was found from eating the plant-based meat.
Okay.
So does that mean that Beyond Meat is good for you? No, but it does mean that it's not contributing as much to either heart disease or cancer that real meat would be. So
makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Can you see it?
Oh, yeah, it's better. All right, Diana's digging into the salad. You know I wasn't gonna do this.
I love good salad. I feel like a salad, you get the best of like a lot of things because it's just a combination of like a lot of different things all in one bowl. Technically, it's like a bowl because there's quinoa in it. Okay, I'm gonna dig into this. Really good.
Sweet.
I mean, it's 100% a salad. Despite what I said earlier. Because it's like 50% romaine lettuce. But it's really good. There's quinoa in it, a lot of good veggies. There's a lot of crunch because of the tortilla.
I don't know what this stuff is, but it's good.
Do you want to try it?
I think I'm good, actually. No, I'm just kidding. I will try it. All right, y'all, you're not gonna catch me eating one of these very often, but anything for content. Oh, I got a piece of avocado in here. So, cheers. Oh yeah, it's okay.
What do you think?
I mean, it's okay. I just really don't like how much lettuce there is, you know?
I love lettuce.
But it's tasty.
It is tasty. There's good dressing.
And it's creamy, and it's got the like I'm sure that's like soy rizo or something.
Yeah.
You got the tortilla chips. So yeah, I mean it's good. I wouldn't order it because I don't really like to order salads, but clearly Diana likes it, so it's a plus. All right, going in for the burger.
I'm trying to look at what's in it. So there's
Blood.
what?
I'm
Oh.
just kidding. No.
Some sauce, an actual burger, some of that quote unquote bacon bits,
Okay.
lettuce, pickle, tomato, onion.
Let's go for it.
Oh my god. I'm afraid of eating this on screen, but I'm gonna go for it.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
You like your burgers bloody, huh, Diana?
Mm-hmm.
It's good. I've had other vegan burgers. It's not my favorite vegan burger, I'll say.
It's good. We like honesty on this channel.
But it's good. I recently had a vegan burger or a veggie burger from Shake Shack, and I actually think the veggie burger from there is better. It might be vegan, I'm not sure.
It's not.
It's not? Oh, okay, never mind.
Oh well.
Oh wells. It's good. It's still good. I think it could be better.
Yeah. What was your favorite item?
here.
Yeah.
Definitely the mac and cheese. And you know, I like the lettuce. Lettuce is good. It's just lettuce. I love water. Half of lettuce is
Stay
water.
hydrated.
So
Yep. There we go.
yeah. Let's end with the fun one. What's your favorite vegetable?
I don't like vegetables. No, I'm just kidding. I actually don't. What's my favorite vegetable? Tomatoes maybe, but only in like tomato sauce, tomato paste. I
Okay,
really like
what's your
those.
favorite like vegan ingredient?
I love dates, honestly.
Oh, dates are
I
good.
love dates. I really love dates. I
I've
like
made-
to sweeten anything.
Yeah, we made some good protein bars from dates.
And I love chickpeas, honestly. I love chickpeas.
Chickpeas are
I
good.
love peanut butter.
Peanut butter is really good.
Yeah.
Peanut butter is a good dessert.
Yeah. No, it's just a lot of really good stuff. What's the ingredients?
What's a good chocolate substitute?
They make a lot of vegan chocolate. They just use oat milk or almond milk or whatever milk.
Oh, that's
Dark
fair.
chocolate
Yeah,
a lot
yeah,
of times is
yeah,
vegan.
yeah.
Like I
That's
still
fair.
eat plenty of chocolate.
Very
yeah.
fair.
You can make it yourself actually. Just need cocoa powder and you just mix it with the milk, any plant milk, and you're good to go. I'm gonna ask you a question. Cool. When it comes to like veganism, is it something that you've ever considered or seen yourself moving towards?
Yeah.
Why? Why not?
Yeah, going back to like top of the hour, me like being a Virgo and being very just like health conscientious.
Yeah.
I think it is some like moving towards more of a plant-based diet
Yeah.
is something I've always considered, but not in its like incompleteness.
Yeah.
Like I think like even having met you, like
Yeah.
gone more plant-based. I eat a lot of plant-based lunch now and just being like super conscientious about it.
Just does.
Yes, I do. But it isn't something where I'm like it's an all or none.
Yeah.
I think of it more of like on a spectrum where I like when I do have the option to go more vegan,
Yeah.
like I'm more conscientious about looking for the vegan option
Yeah.
and seeing if it's something's gonna appease me. And
Yeah.
not even appease me, like make me happy. Like,
Yeah.
If I think this is good, I'm down for it. I'm a big foodie, so
Yeah.
it's just like for me it's hard to like be like I'm just gonna
Yep.
switch.
And what do you think drives you to make those options in the first place, or to choose those options in the first place?
I think part of it is just like a lot of the discussions I've had with you around the benefits of veganism. As I'm getting older, I feel like I'm more health conscientious, but also like thinking about the climate, thinking about our relationship with animals. Yeah, and I think it's again, I kind of have to go back to like my North Star when it comes to eating, which
Yeah.
is like, is it gonna taste good?
Yeah.
And if it's gonna taste good and all else equal, it's better for our relationship with animals, it's better for the environment, it's
Yeah.
better for you. Like
100%.
it's like a pretty easy decision
Yeah.
for me on that part. But part of it was just like being aware and like
Yeah.
having had those conversations with you that
Yeah.
I became aware of all of these factors.
Right. Because a lot of people. So would you say you're relatively new to engaging with veganism as a concept?
I think as in like a I don't want to say like academic sense,
Yeah.
yes, but like I have like a good friend from high school who she's been vegan since she was in high school, and she actually like when she was going through her college process, she ended up going to a really good college.
Yeah.
And in her interview with her, like the person who was interviewing her for college, she switched that woman to veganism. And so I've always been aware of veganism, and obviously whenever we eat out, we're good friends. We
Yeah.
always choose like a vegan restaurant. Being in New York, it's really easy to do
Yeah.
that. But it wasn't ever something that I was like making a conscious choice
Yeah.
about eating more plant-based or anything like that. So I think it's like relatively new that I'm just like, it's top of mind for me.
Sweet. That's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And so,
Keep doing what you're doing.
thank you. And I got one last thing before I let you go. So you mentioned that eating good food is your North Star, and you're talking about how when you have the option to eat a meal that you really like, and it's better for the environment, better for your health, better for the animals, you want to make that decision. You also mentioned in New York, it's really easy to make that decision. What do you think is stopping you from
Just going all the way.
going all the way?
Probably like the easiest answer is there's probably nothing stopping me from going all the way other
Yeah.
than myself.
Yeah.
And just like thinking like, I think part of it is like it just being more of a gradual process
Yeah.
for me and being willing to like let it play out as
Yeah.
it does.
Yeah. Do you ever see yourself going, or go ahead and say it.
I would say the other thing, and we've talked
Yeah.
about this offline, is like I'm culturally Chinese and my entire family's here. And my family is like nowhere near like vegetarian. Although my grandma is.
Yeah.
My grandma was like a vegetarian for like a decade.
You told me that, yeah.
Yes. But for the most part, like my family is very not veg.
Yeah.
And part of it is like wanting to continue to like partake in family meals and, you know, continue to like pass recipes down and the culture, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
But probably like there's nothing like actually stopping me from
Yeah.
going all the way.
Yeah, okay. Do you see yourself, and like, do you ever see yourself fully embracing veganism? Could you see that for you in your future?
I probably could see myself going vegetarian.
Yeah.
Like more likely I could see myself becoming vegetarian than vegan.
Yeah.
Like that feels something that's like more achievable for me.
Yeah.
But you know, baby steps, who knows?
Yeah, you never know, right? I mean, I was a big meat eater, and here I am.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I would say I'm not even a big meat eater. I'm not a big meat eater is why I think like vegetarianism is probably like something that's quite achievable for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. When it comes to the cultural aspect of your family and your food, do you think that you would have to lose those if you went to a plant-based diet, or do you think you could either use maybe tofu or other replacements, or look some stuff up? There's plenty of Chinese, Asian
Yeah.
families and recipes out there.
Yeah, 100%. I think like all of these decisions are ones that you can just like if you want something enough, all you kind of have to do is like put in the work for it and then just figure out like your value system, like what is more important, what like but you have to just like actually do the work for it, you know.
Yeah. Cool. Well, Diana, thank you so much for joining us today. And is there anything you want to say? Anything you want to plug?
Like and subscribe, guys.
I swear I did not tell her to say that.
He didn't pay me.
That's hilarious. Cool. But I was kind of hoping she would say it, but that's funny.
I feel like there was only one right answer there.
Well, I mean, you could plug whatever you want.
No. Like and subscribe, guys.
Yeah. Cool. All right, guys. We'll see y'all next time. Bye.
Bye.